What's up, devils? J-Dog back with another goddamn video. And today's video, we're going over the fucking devils. Commenting in, is Fenris the Underground Lemmy icon? That video was posted 2 weeks ago with 1.7k views, so definitely fucking not too shabby for this shit channel. With 110 comments, and I didn't proofread shit. Just found out which videos I was going to be on next and went from there. And that is it. So, let's see what the fuck we got in here. Just searching out the goddamn questions. Here we go, 3 down. From Ryan Idzerda, number 2. Name looks kind of familiar, but if not, shout out to you, brah. J-Dog, question time, goddammit. He's got the lingo down, so he definitely watches the videos. Shovel out this one. Question mark. Who writes the reviews / descriptions at HHR for the albums, both non-HHR releases, but specifically HHR releases? They are usually on point and great. Sure as shit, they are very meaningful and go a long way in my book. Good fucking shit. Keep up the great work, brah. Cheers. As far as non-HH shit, so distro stuff, like just whatever, we get random stuff, whether it be a band like Entrail size, band like Cannibal Corpse size, all the way from some fucking trade pack from Russia, right? We'll generally use their description, whatever they had, because some of it, we don't even, like, if it's some Russian black metal, don't even know what the fuck it is, right? Including myself, or the guy that does it is Dave, who works for us. He does, because the one gets the stuff on the site, gets the images together and everything, and he just copies and pastes basically whatever description that they have. Now, there is times where, especially when you're dealing with these very bare bones fucking bedroom labels, like in Russian shit, where it's like they don't even type up a description, which is mind blowing to me. Because even if you only have like a small label hobby, which you kind of like just post on Facebook and shit, like how are you moving this stuff? You would type up some type of description. Atmospheric black metal. It sounds like Old Man's Child mixed with some fucking raw Darkthrone in there. I mean, something, say something. Like, how the fuck else are you going to get people to fucking even somewhat interested in checking it out, right? So, generally speaking, most do. I'm not sure how prevalent it is that they don't do that anymore, like smaller labels. I mean, obviously, a band like Entrails or whatever like that, you just, whatever Metal Blade types up, copy and paste that. Then they're going to have a description because it's on a professional label, right? Even labels like Iron Bonehead, Dark Descent, Nuclear Now, just copy and paste their descriptions. And then, well, for the smaller guys, I don't know how prevalent it is now, because I used to be the one that did the descriptions, but this was 20 years to like 15 years ago in the past. When did I stop? I think I was about, when I was no longer doing descriptions, maybe I was around 22 years. So probably the first 6 years or so, I was the one that getting them. And there was times where, back then there was some Mexican label, nothing, literally, or just say Gore Grind or whatever. So in that case, a lot of times I would, because we're getting way less, and I would literally put it on the player, even if it looked like something I wouldn't even be interested in, and come up with something like, what is this? I mean, is this black metal? Because sometimes they wouldn't even say that. They wouldn't even say anything. You'd get something in, like, I don't know, it looks like Gore Grind. I don't know, it looks like fucking black metal. You'd put it on and get some type of description, just something at least vague. I will say this, I remember a couple times doing that, though. Something I probably wouldn't have checked out. I'm like, this is pretty goddamn good. I'm trying to think of a band that I accidentally picked up because of it. I can't think of who, but there definitely was. I'm like, this is pretty good. I'm fucking gonna fucking definitely keep this. As a matter of fact, I think Force of Darkness might have been one of them. I don't know what I meant, because when they did those Rehearsal tapes, I'm not the big Force of Darkness. It's all solid metal stuff. But to me, it's just kind of like, this again. But I'll tell you what I did love, they called the Rehearsals. And they eventually, there's a Chilean label that did a vinyl LP, which I want to do. There's part 1 and part 2. And part 1 I liked the most. For years, all I had was just those Rehearsal tapes. And I liked them so much, and me not having a cassette player, I either had Don or Craig, I forget who, because I transfer, because they know how to do that, and they have the technology, transfer my tapes to a CDR for me, just so I could listen to them, because I love them so much. And then about 10 years, maybe not 10 years ago now, but a while ago now, I was like, holy shit, there was a small pressing of, that came out on vinyl, so I thought that was really fucking cool, so I picked that up. But I love those, but I want to say, did I listen to that for descriptions? But it was around that time when I did that. That's how I found Force of Darkness, before, anyone even knew who the fuck they were. And then as far as band descriptions, like any of our releases and stuff, it's a buddy of ours, Nathan Burke, and he does reviews and stuff. I know he does for other labels and shit too, and we just pay him a flat fee per month, and he does it all, and he's like a writer kind of, you know what I mean? So he knows how to write up shit professionally, and he actually does listen to metal too. Actually, one of the payments sometimes I think is just docked from his check or whatever, or maybe it's in the deal. I don't remember what the fuck it is, but he gets one of every release we do. That's kind of weird, because he's still one of the fucking true fucking devils out there. And I'm pretty sure Nathan's older than me. So still into this, fucking made it past age goddamn 30 and no poser shit. And he's like me in a lot of regards. I'm sure he likes a lot of stuff I don't and vice versa, but he likes across the board. He likes black metal, he likes death metal, he likes grind, he likes thrash, he likes, I think he even likes some punk and shit. So he likes across the fucking board. Because I've only met him in person once and he was super fucking cool. Because before I met him, I don't know why I had in my mind, I kind of had some Cavalt shit in my mind that he might be, and that he might be just only the Cavalt stuff, and it's like not even whatsoever. As a matter of fact, when I saw him, image-wise, he looked like he'd just be more in like the punk crowd. So it was complete opposite of what I had pictured in my mind. I had no idea why I even thought that. Maybe just because I don't even know. Maybe because I saw some black metal descriptions he did or whatever, and that's all I knew off him, based it. Because it was Chase that knew who he was, and then we hired him. But he's been doing art descriptions for Hells now for shit. Fuck, I don't even know how long he's been working for us now. Maybe it's probably like 10 years now, which is crazy. And I never see him. He lives in where does he live? Does he live in Tennessee, Columbus, Ohio? I know south, maybe Kentucky even. I forget. Not too far away, because the one time I met him, I was at a party at Chase's house. This was probably 10 years ago, and that's when I met him, and he drove up for that. So he's within driving distance, but I can't remember where. But met him the once, and he's been doing it ever since. So he does it behind the scenes at home. Writes them up. So that's who does that. Answer that, goddammit. Life eternal here. I respect Fenriz immensely. No, I respect Fenriz too. I definitely have respect for him. I'm just saying, as far as the Devils, don't take it the wrong way. When I talk about bands, I'm not fucking trashing. I'm not even trashing the band. I'm just like, I don't get kind of like the fan base, like the Devils in the scene. Like, just why does Darkthrone get a free pass over fucking Deicide? I just don't get it. I get, again, I'm rehashing the same fucking shit. I get why some people are like, oh, later Deicide albums, I don't like the triggers, or the songs are boring. That's like the first song. I get it, but at least they're still playing death metal as opposed to Darkthrone. Start off as death metal band, then went to a black metal band, and then changed all over the fucking place. If that was Deicide or Cannibal Corpse, they'd be getting fucking ragged on like there's no tomorrow. I don't care that people like them. I just don't understand how almost exclusively, with exception, even the videos, a few people are like, yeah, no, I thought later Darkthrone sucks too, or whatever. There's a few that said that. But 99 times out of 100, it's like, whatever Darkthrone does, even if they put out a fucking Garth Brooks album, it's law. It can't do no wrong. I'm like, why do they get that pass but other bands don't? When they didn't even change fucking bands like Cannibal Corpse and Deicide. Again, I know fucking the last Cannibal Corpse doesn't sound like fucking Tune the Mutilate, but it's still death metal. They're not doing love albums or ballads or keyboards or any fucking bullshit with it, which they were never doing and now they're doing. So it's way more on par to what they were doing, but yeah, people will trash them. So that don't make sense to me. It's just a pass. But Fenriz, yeah, I get the vibe he's still into metal, an actual real metalist, for sure. I'm one of those people who likes all the Darkthrone. Yeah, one of the pretty much, that's to say, the vibe I got is that pretty much everybody in the scene does. It seems like someone like myself is the exception of the rule, who likes all the Darkthrone. It's like having 5 different bands in one discography. Got that right. So what is your response to how much do you bench when Lindsay's grandma asks? That is my most hated question of all time. Yeah, how much do you bench? You know what? I don't know if grandma ever did ask me that. If she did, probably early on. The person that asked me the most, which is fucking annoying as hell, is my mom will ask me that, and she's literally asked me like at least 6 times, probably as many as 15, and my answer is always the same. I don't even bench press. I don't know. Like I've literally said it because I don't. As a matter of fact, it's funny because I haven't benched in about like flat free bar bench press. I haven't done that in about 7 years, but I recently threw it in my last 3 chest workouts to kind of see where it goes. Still, it sucks. I'm like, this movement is trash. I was like, I don't even feel it in my chest, no matter how my elbows are tucked. I was like, I feel it I mostly feel it in my triceps doing the movement. I mean, literally, it's a fucking shit movement. And you feel a lot of strength. The only pec is in that insertion where your front delt is into your chest. And you can feel the stretch in there. I don't feel it in my inner pecs or anywhere. Like, I'm like, you're doing bench press to build your fucking pecs. I'm like, this is just a junk movement. But where you feel it in that insertion, that's where all the guys, every single person I've known, every pro I hear about, with the exception of 1 or 2, that done it on an incline or so. And that one fucking idiot on video with the 5 plates or whatever, those viral video. He's a fucking retard is the reason he tore his back. That's how they all tear their pec. It's flat bench. All of them. And you can feel the strain in there, even on like lighter weight. You can then as it hurts, you can just feel it in there. So to me, you're asking to tear a pec, and it's kind of a shitty fucking chest movement. Now, some guys are probably built for it guys like Arnold and Lee Haney, they did the flat bench, and their chests were fucking amazing. I mean, hell, Arnold probably has one of the best chests of all time, even by today's pro bodybuilder standards. So if you feel it and you're like, great. Like what I do is I do the incline barbell bench press, either on the free bar, which is what I'm currently doing. I just switched back to it 3 weeks ago, or the on a Smith machine, which is actually my favorite because you can really position it to right where the bar is coming right down, right below your neck. So it's positioned all upper chest because that I feel in my chest. But the flat free bar, which everybody will, how much you bench? How much you bench? I don't. It's a fucking trash movement. Again, if you feel it, stick with it. But if most of it's just ego, how much can you move? How much can you move? Who the fuck cares? What are you, 12 years old? I do this to fucking build my physique. I don't do it to see how much weight I can live and be a tough guy. And the thing is, it doesn't even translate. When people think, how much do you bench? This guy's fucking tough. He's strong. In their mind, it's almost like when they think that, they have that 12-year-old little kid mindset, like, oh, since I can bench more than him, I can beat him up. You know, it doesn't translate in a fight, right? I know guys that can fucking, well, I shouldn't say no, but there's stories and everybody knows. He can only bench 185, and but he knows how to fight, knows jiu-jitsu and karate and MMA and all this other shit. He can kick the living shit out of the fucking fat fucking powerlifter that can bench 500. He'd whoop his fucking ass in no time. So it doesn't translate to that either. So other than just big gorilla monkey, I could bench 500, and that's all you could do, and you're fat and look like shit, I don't care. That's kind of like the 12-year-old kid shit. I mean, again, that's your goal. Don't you want to move heavy weight? It's impressive. I'll say that. Seeing that person, like, holy fuck, I can't bench no fucking 500. It's impressive, but at the same time, it's like, why? Like, all it is for your ego. Like, that's literally because outside the gym, especially if you're fat, nobody knows you bench 500. Nobody fucking cares. So, yeah, I don't do it. But yeah, that is the most annoying question. Definitely, shit, that's about as that's hanging out with fucking hey bro, do you listen to Slipknot? Granted, I haven't got that in fucking years, but that's about as annoying as that. How much you bench? Another guy asking, I've answered this several times about doing live Q&A on the channel. If I knew how to do it, I would do it, but again, probably not, because let's say it went on for an hour long. That's like the equivalent to me recording 5 videos, and it would be exactly the same, other than you guys can chime in. And I'll be honest, like the live I did on Francisco's podcast. Keep bringing it up. Go if you haven't checked it out. Fucking J-Dogs be pissed. Go over to Francisco's channel. Jamming Out All Badass. JOBA. Just type in that and J-Dog in the search, and it'll come right up. I did another podcast just a few days ago when I'm recording this, and it was live. And there was people commenting and stuff in there, but nobody was really asking questions. There was a few questions, but nothing like, it's just kind of stupid shit like, I don't know, J-Dog, would you rather lick fucking cat shit or dog shit? And that wasn't one of the questions, but silly shit was kind of like, you could just tell they're just throwing stuff in there because they can't think of anything. So a live Q&A to me, I'd be into it if people had questions, because that's what it is, Q&A. Questions, but real questions, not like just random stupid shit. A random funny question that you'd actually put some thought in. They're cool ones here and there too. But and that's primarily what I do in most of my videos is answer questions. It would be no different. It would just be in real time. So not against it. If more and more people really, really want it, but you'd have to chime in at that time in order to ask your questions there too. So would we all be available at the same time? Because again, as I've said this before, I think some guys don't even fucking realize this. I don't actually record these videos at 6 a.m. I pre-record a backlog of them, and I just schedule them at 6 a.m. I've said it jokingly, like 6 a.m. here, because it's kind of an inside joke at this point. Some people were like dead serious. How do you have so much energy at 6 a.m.? Like, so yeah, they're pre-recorded. I record them during the day. The guy asking about fanzines and stuff like that. I've definitely answered that twice now on the channel. So just check out the past video from Metal Maniacs. I highly doubt that's the magazine. And if it's so, I'd be very, very surprised. Check out the past videos, Rob. I definitely answered about the zines and stuff like that. So, you know what? I figured this out like a little bit after. Curls and Twirls. J-Dog. Ronnie Palmer plays drums for Perdition Temple, too. That's how you know the name. Yeah, I did, and that's why I was like, why does that name sound familiar? And didn't he play for the Carasforus, Carassiferus, or however you say it? They're on the label. I'm not even sure how you 100% pronounce the name. But, you know, fucking Helmcamp's other band. From what I understood, is, yeah, he does a lot of guest sessions. But like you said, did you hang out and talk to him? Coming back, I think, because I kind of like looked in, like, when I was looking at the booklets and shit, that's what he looked like. I never knew what he looked like. So, and I'm like, I guess that, no, I didn't hang out with him. The only guy I did hang out with in Beloved Christian show, like, I guess kind of hung out and shit was Josh, the bass player, and he was really cool. I don't know what all Josh done. I think he's on the last 2, 3 albums. He's definitely on the last album, 13th Beast, which I do like that album. I think he's on 1 or 2 others. But he was a cool dude. Millie Musician 6996. J Dog, thoughts on Suffocation continuing without Frank Mullen. Ricky Myers from Disgorged, a solid fit. I agree, Ricky. Fuck man, I haven't seen Ricky in years. I remember when he was doing Disgorge after Matty Way. Fuck, that was years ago. Um, Actually, I kind of disagree. Is he a solid fit? Well, maybe he could do it. Ricky kind of like was trying to sing, which he should, because he was taking over Disgorge, like Matty Way, those type of vocals. And those aren't fitting at all for Frank Mullen. They don't sound reminiscent. What I mean, I like both, but they don't. But to answer your question, I've seen Suffocation once without Frank, and to me, if it's no Frank, no go. Because I mean, Frank's voice is that's part of what makes Suffocation so great. I love his fucking voice. Even on the albums that I don't really like, I'm like, eh. And like albums like Pierce from Within, which etc., which are kind of like there's parts I really, really like, but some of the slow, really down tuned parts, I mean, I think are fucking boring. But his voice, I love his fucking voice. It even sounds the best on actually Human Waste with the rawness. But all in all, it's just where it's like low and brutal, but it's got like that bark as well. But if you read along with the lyrics, you can understand what he's saying too. It just hits all boxes. I think his fucking vocals are awesome. I think he's one of the greatest death metal vocalists of all time. I mean, and as far as classic guys, I think so. Yeah, if there's no Frank, no go. And you know what? As far as I kind of don't like, but I liked it with them. I don't know why. Like he's got that Brooklyn kind of yo boyish. Not even kind of, just I would say, kind of that Brooklyn yo boy shit going on in between songs. But I kind of like it because it was like when I seen him in the live shows, I've got a couple bootlegs and stuff like that, recordings. He's just kind of funny. You know what I mean? He's just like, I don't know, it's just like kind of entertaining and shit he says in between songs. I don't even know how to explain it, but in general, I don't like it. I'm like, this is what the fuck am I listening to? Limp Bizkit? I mean, it's not extreme. It's not, but it's, I mean, he's just got that Brooklyn, New York. Yo, hey man, how's it going, dude? You know, you got your beers, guys? Fuck yeah, the next one's Affecting the Crips. But he says some pretty cool shit, but it's kind of that lingo. Generally speaking, I'm not a fan of that with my metal. I like to keep that out of my metal. But even though the whole J-Dog fucking name and shit is tongue-in-cheek to that, because it's kind of an inside joke. Yeah, but it fits for Suffocation. I don't know why. And that's how Frank talks. At least that's how he talks on stage. I don't know if he talks like that in person if you're one-on-one with him. But I liked it, yeah. So no Frank, no fucking go. Frank is the kind of the face of fucking Suffocation. When I think of Suffocation, I mean, I think of Terrence and shit like that too, but it's got to have Frank, yeah. Frank or just call it a fucking day. And by the way, what I really want to do is not do. I want to see is fucking Suffocation do a tour. Like I mean, it's kind of the trend jumping, but do it is them do a tour where they play this entire Effigy of the Forgotten. Do that. That would be fucking awesome, and I guarantee people would attend. So get on that, boys, and yeah, go to that. And it's not Frank singing. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not even. I would be pissed. RJ CJ Rock. Hey J Dog, would you rather listen to Slipknot or Abruptum? You know, the funny thing is it depends how you define it. As far as just metal purity and being in the underground and what I stand for lack of better terms, Abruptum. But as far as what would I be more entertained by, honestly, Slipknot. Because I mean, I never listened to Slipknot, but I'm sure it's got some of this going on and it's kind of catchy in parts, but it's everything I'm kind of against, where it's like, I can't stand this shit for kind of principle reasons. Um, but as far as just sheer what's fucking not giving me a headache and what is, just music aside, not owning it, anything, just in the background, I'd probably go listen to Slipknot. Again, I don't hate Slipknot as my most hated band because the music. It's not that. It's the fucking fan base and the people that associate them with not our shit. If no one's ever brought it up, if people were like, if people called Slipknot and everybody universally accepted it, this is rap with a guitar. Yeah, kind of just like the back of our church, rap with a guitar and some fucking yelling lingo. If anyone accepted, they didn't put it in the metal scene, the death metal scene, or associated like, hey, what the fuck, that type of shit. If none of that existed, they wouldn't bother me at all. I wouldn't even care. We're okay. Just like fucking Tupac doesn't bother me. Just like it's not my kind of music. I just don't listen to it. But I'm indifferent to them. I don't care. I don't hate them. I don't like them. I just don't listen to it. So, but Abruptum, that was pretty goddamn fucking listenable, I gotta say. Question from Manuel Schizodizg. The Abruptum thing, talking about the Abruptum thing cracked me up so much. Imagine driving around with that shit on. Yeah, again, see, the thing is that Abruptum, when we have it in stock, it sells almost every single day for Hells. Maybe there's something that it wasn't. What I listened to was all noise and shit, like shovels and fucking in the back and that type of stuff. I don't remember if there was guitars and shit. Like, it was just a bunch of noise. If there's like albums and stuff, and like, Jado, what are you talking about? It's decent black metal. Okay, maybe you don't like it. I didn't even hear black metal. So if there's other stuff that I'm not aware of, I just heard one thing. I remember it was a 12-inch. I put it on, and it was just the A side. I'm like, that sucks so bad. There's no need for the B. I didn't even put on the B side. So that's all I ever heard. So if there's other shit where it's not like that, then that's just my own ignorance. I don't know. But what I heard, I'm like, there's no way I'm listening to anything else because this is literally fucking unlistenable. Question, what's your favorite 80s death metal album? Mine is Pestilence Consuming Impulse. Way better than what they did later and way better than Asphyx to me. It's funny because some people, they replied to him, they put, man, whoa, fuck me. This guy's got a boatload of them in there that he put his, who did, for Vesuvia Corpse Flower, comments all the time. He has a boatload in there. And so, for example, he has Carcass Symphonies of Sickness. I'm going to be the technical, I guess, because I kind of consider Carcass created gore grind. I consider the Carcass, the first two Carcass, I never consider those death metal. I consider them like on Necrotis is more of a death metal record. That's when they're changing. Symphonies and Reek, I consider gore grind. So if that was considered death metal, Symphonies of Sickness would be mine because he has Symphonies of Sickness on his list. But I'm looking at his list as a whole. I would probably say, so take that off. Take Carcass Symphonies off because it'd probably be that. Since I'm considering a gore grind record, I would say probably Morbid Angel, Altars of Madness. And it's funny because he has those on in close seconds. Funny, he has them on his list too. Would be he has Possessed Beyond the Gates. I think Beyond the Gates is a thrash album personally. I don't consider it death metal at all in a sense, but I do like it. That's kind of why I was more and more disappointed. I'm like, this is kind of more thrash. Seven Churches, I do consider a death metal album, and that would be a close second. And Death, Scream, Bloody Gore. Fuck, he's got Macabre Gloom in there too on his, and honestly, that's a goodie. No one ever brings it up. I definitely don't like Macabre Gloom more than Altars of Madness, but it's up there. But so if I had to pick one death metal album from the 80s, I would probably have to say Altars of Madness. Yeah, I can't think of one that I would like more. There's ones that are close, like I said, like Scream, Bloody Gore, and Seven Churches, but yeah, I'd have to say Altars of Madness is my favorite. A bunch of people rely on him. You got 13 replies there, Brad, on that one. 22. We'll do one more, goddammit. We're over 20 fucking minutes. Ben NG, who is the most high maintenance / disgruntled customer you've dealt with? This guy named Dan, and I forget his last name. Used to call all the fucking time. He still kind of places an order here and there with his credit card. He used to call almost every single day thinking it's a fucking chat line. He'd buy only one record and he'd want a deal. He'd want to pay for media mail shipping, but ship priority. He would almost always have something to bitch about when he got it, at least 50% of the time. It's either warped or it's got a ding cover, which is like nobody else has these fucking problems, dude. You're the only goddamn one. He literally point blank told me in one point conversation too, because it used to be me. I always talked to him on the phone. We kind of just cut him off. I think I just stopped answering his phone or we canceled. I forget what we did. And then he would, that's when he started placing orders online. He even told me point blank, he's like, yeah, Relapse told me I'm not allowed to order from them no more. I'm like, I see why, dude. You're an annoying pain. Like, literally, dude, I literally lose money on you. Losing, like, not, forget making money or breaking even. We literally lose money on you. Probably $1 to $2 negative on you. Like, I don't want you as a customer. I'm losing money. You literally call me almost every fucking day, asking about the weather and just shooting the shit because Mr. fucking Lonely Boy. And 30 minutes, 45 minutes, so now I haven't talked to this was like 10 years ago or so, easily, because that's when I did the phone service to them, was then. And then I've seen him, last time I've seen him order was maybe a few months ago. And even then, he always, I'll just be honest, I usually delete his email, don't reply because I know it's him. He has something to either say or bitch about before the order ships. Like, he's done shit like he places the order. Why isn't my order shipped? And you looked it up, you're like, dude, you placed it yesterday at 6 p.m. It's 9 a.m. this morning. It's going out today. Like, just shit like that, just delete. Or he'll say stuff like, as far as packing, he's like, "You've been buying from us for years. You know how we pack it. It's just universal. It's not like you're buying a fucking $1,000 order where it's like, this bag, I never placed an order that's 35 LPs, 27 CDs, 13 cassettes, 4 T-shirts, and 4 7-inches. I want to make sure they pack this right because it's a combo. And we do get orders like that, by the way, in trades, etc. No, it's like you literally buy 1 LP at a time. One. We have a fucking method that it's set mailers, everything. There's no like, Bob's pack gets packed like this, Jim like this, is a little over there. We use bubble wrap only on fucking Allen. No, it's the same, universal. So he was beyond fucking annoying. I don't even remember what his last name is. I probably wouldn't say it, but it's just his first name, Dan. Beyond fucking annoying. Is disgruntled, not too much, because generally speaking, if your order's fucked up in any way, shape, or form, you contact old J-Dog at Service and Hells Headbangers. There's no questions asked. You get fucking reshipped, you ship the right item or alternative items. If it's damaged, lost, whatever, there's no questions. We just ship it out on our dime, and J-Dog takes it in the ass. The way it is. Keep you fucking devils happy. So, that's it for this one, devils. Hope that answered all your goddamn questions. Keep them coming, goddammit. Questions, comments, concerns. And like I fucking said earlier, I want to see every motherfucking goddamn fucking video. 1K views minimum. First 24 hours. So tell all your bras, your sisters, and everybody else you fucking know that might be interested and just want to, whatever, listen to whatever. Half these people that are into metal, they just listen to fucking stupid-ass podcasts, just rambling about bullshit they can't control or nothing, just random nonsense. So, hey, tell them to watch fucking J-Dog. Maybe they'll get into metal, goddamn it, or bodybuilding or something cool, right? So send them over here. The views and fucking the comments, questions. Keep them coming. Do not be shy on those goddamn questions. I want to see a minimum of fucking 100 in there every goddamn video, too. So leave them in there, goddamn it. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Later, goddamn it.